Mental health issues and depression does not pick favorites. It was recently reported that John Brinkus, he's like the founder of the show Sports Science, recently lost his battle with depression. And it's interesting because I've never in my life seen it communicated this way. And as you see in the image here, it also shows the number for the suicide prevention hotline, because it's needed and necessary. But I wanted to bring this up, and prayers out to his family. But the whole notion of depression and challenges with mental health, it doesn't pick favorites, right? Sometimes we believe that, people who have it all, who have money, who have fame, who have etc., we feel as if they're not struggling, or their struggle is not validated because they have stuff. And that is a very worldly view on challenges, because my struggle and your struggle could be totally different, but that doesn't make my struggle any more or less than your struggle just because it's different. And again, man, shout out to John Brinkus' family, because this is something that you don't want anybody to have to deal with. But just the headline alone really just highlights the devastation, the loss of your battle with depression. And again, if you see, the suicide hotline number is there as well. And one of the things kind of wanted to highlight there, Marcellus Wiley was one of his early collaborators and all. And this guy, John Brinkus, shared with Marcellus Wiley that he had gone into a deep depression. Like, he had really suffered a deep depression after selling the show. And it's so interesting because you don't know what people are going through, but you also don't know how things impact and affect other folks, right? Some people might look at it as a job or a business, but sometimes our identity gets caught into what we do. And what happens when that thing is no longer there? If your identity is caught in something and that thing is no longer a part of you, you've lost something. And the question is, how do you deal with that? That's why, I'm so big on mindset, right? We have to understand who we are, understand how we're wired, understand the nuances of what's going on inside each of us, because they might be different from the people around you. It might even be different from the things that are going on to people who live in your household, who are very close to you, right? Because your lived experience is your lived experience, and your lived experience is no better or worse than anyone else, regardless of their situation or station in life. And so I wanted to kind of bring this up today, just to let you know that there are a lot of people out here that are struggling. There are a lot of us that wear good, put on a happy smile, or a lot of people put on masks to walk around, and we think everything is good. Or you see somebody living in a nice house, driving a big car, their family's healthy, and you think through the lens of, well, what do they have to be depressed about? You don't know the internal battles, right? From a faith perspective, we understand that the battle is not flesh and blood, it's principalities, right? It's this internal thing that we struggle with, right? It's this mind, not just your brain, but all of it together, your spirit, mind, and body, all of that. There are conflicts at times that some of us struggle with, and we have to get help at times, right? And I'll put the this first slide back up so you can see, the suicide prevention hotline is there because some people need someone to talk to, right? Some of us just need to pray and really spend time with God. Others need more help, and that's okay. That doesn't make you better or worse than anyone else. The whole point of me bringing this up is that we have to be very mindful of those that are silently struggling, right? If you have relationships with people and you notice something is a little different from the baseline that you're used to from them, make sure you ask questions. Make sure you check on them. Periodically there will be stuff floating on social media about check on your strong friends, because a lot of times your strong friends are the ones that are struggling the most because they are shouldering the burden of everyone. If you appear strong, if you present as strong, people feel that you can handle more. So they dump their issues on top of yours. And sometimes they don't realize that you have issues you're dealing with yourself, right? So as it pertains to you being the quarterback of your mindset, one of the things that you have to be very aware of is you need to understand who you are and understand how you're wired and accept that so that you can then build on that. Don't misrepresent yourself to yourself. That's where the challenges come. I saw the hip hop preacher, Eric Thomas. He recently was talking about how a lot of people won't succeed because they ultimately only show the side of themselves that doesn't need help. But the thing that they need help on is the thing that they're actually struggling in. But if they were to put that out there, they can get the help that they need. And that could be the unlock for them ultimately succeeding in life, right? And so it's just, if you need help, go get it, okay? Don't dismiss someone's pain. Don't dismiss someone's struggle because it's not the same struggle that you have. And here's a little secret. We're all struggling with something. Don't get it twisted. We're all struggling with something. Some of us just present it better. Okay. So again, shout out to John Brinkus, his family, for his loss. And again, if you're dealing with any type of mental health scenario, some depression, anything like that, please get the help that's necessary. Please get the help that's necessary. You're not alone. There's a lot of folks out here that have a lot going on. You're not alone. Okay. As always, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And, I'm really encouraging everyone to become the quarterback of your mindset, because if you don't control your mindset, there are other forces out here that are ready to take on that mantle. So y'all be blessed, well, and wise, and I'll holler at you. Peace.